Breaking news, France's government officially collapsed after a no confidence vote in parliament. I repeat, France's government officially collapsed after a no confidence vote in parliament. After Tinubu and co visited the country, Tinubu, Wike, Sonlu, and the rest packed all of themselves into France. While leaving France, the government collapses. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Tinubu on a state visit, Tinubu, his wife, Wike, Sonlu, and the rest, they all packed themselves, left Nigeria problem, maybe carried Nigeria's problem into France. And after staying in France, doing all what they did in France, maybe they left the problem, Nigeria problem, with France government. Maybe then after leaving France, the France government has collapsed. I know in Africa we believe in superstition. We believe that if the witch cried yesterday night and the baby died in the morning, then we can connect the dot. We can plausibly connect the dot that the witch, the cry of the witch, maybe was what led to the death of the baby in the morning. Now let's look at what happened in France. Prime Minister Michel Barnier, appointed by President Emmanuel Macron, was forced to resign after serving the shortest term in the history of the modern French Republic. The vote of no confidence was passed with support from both the left-wing New Popular Front and the far-right National Rally. Both parties, the left and the right parties, supported that this guy must resign. And that's a big problem. It's just like both opposition, the one in government and opposition party, are coming together to reject President Macron's appointee as prime minister. This is the shortest reign of a prime minister in France. Yes, since 1962, the French government has experienced it. Shortest. What is happening? Political instability for the country. The immediate aftermath includes political instability for the country. The collapse signifies a severe political crisis in France with no clear majority in the parliament, complicating the formation of a new government. No clear majority in the parliament. Just like in Nigeria, we have, let's say we have two parties, APC and PDP. And in the house of the Senate House, let's say they are 360 or 360. And you have 185 from PDP and 195. Sorry, 175 from PDP and 185 from APC. If President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to appoint a minister or whatever, it will be difficult for the APC to, yes, appoint ministers or verify ministers for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because the majority, the opposition and the ruling party, they are almost having the same strength in the house. So there's no clear majority in France parliament, and this is a big complication and a big political crisis for President Macron. Many people are calling for him to resign. Yes, I don't know whether this is the aftermath of Tinubu's visit, or I don't know. You know, in Africa, we believe in superstition. If you get bad luck and your bad luck rob me, after your bad luck rob me, then if they affect me, we have it. When you come back to Nigeria, you see how APC has corrupted Nigeria's institutions. Go to every institution of government, you don't see anything called democracy. You don't see anything called development. You don't see anything called reflection of policies that will help the masses. When you look at INEC, that one has been destroyed. When you look at EFCC, you know what happens with that one. The legislature has been corrupted by the APC. The other time Tinubu was entering, everybody had to stand up in the legislative chambers and they were singing, "On your mandate we shall stand." So when Tinubu enters government, everything just turns the other way. Look at NDLEA. Look at the judiciary. Look at every institution of government that APC finds itself in. It corrupts. Now maybe they have taken their problems and they have dumped it in France, and now the government of France has collapsed. Number two, economic implications in France. There is concern over France's financial stability, particularly in managing its budget deficit, as the government fall could lead to investor anxiety and increased borrowing costs. Now, France is having financial instability. There are concerns over their instability. The ability to fund the budget deficit. Sometimes I want to be explaining this so that some of my listeners that don't understand this big grammar, you understand. For instance, to buy a car, or you want to drive Korokwe, and they tell you that Korokwe is 3 million, and what you have is 2.5 million. So your budget deficit is 5 million, because until you have 500,000, until you have 500,000 before you can buy the Korokwe. So France has a budget deficit, and they are going to look for how they are going to fund it. That is why we were crying when they say the France investors are coming to mine. They are mining opportunities have been opened to France. That's why we are crying that the way Tinubu and France, they are doing as if they have been old time boyfriend and girlfriend, they have missed themselves. The way they were hugging and taking pictures and everything, we know that there is something attached to this. And France has a budget deficit. And how are they going to reclaim it? When they have sent them away from Mali, send them away from Burkina Faso, send them away from, I think, Niger Republic. They don't have resources that they can pillage anymore. Just Nigeria and its president now carry themselves and go and put in France's hand. I'm telling you, there is economic crisis today as we speak. Now, the government fallout, the political crisis, the political issue and problem may lead to investor anxiety and increased borrowing costs. Thank God that Niger, Burkina Faso and the rest, Mali, had to show France the back door so that they can leave the country than using their country to my God. So now there is public and political reaction in France today. I know why I'm analyzing what is going on in France, and I'll come back to Nigeria and President Tinubu and what the APC have been doing for the past 1.5 years. There's public and political reaction. There are calls from some quarters for the President Macron to resign. President Macron, your longtime girlfriend came and to your house after she, for instance, if it's in Nigeria, you have somebody come visit your house, and after the person visits your house and the person left your house, after the person leaving, you now started having bad luck. What will you say? As an African man, what will you say? Because me, I'm an African man. What would you say? You say the person is bringing bad luck to you. So I don't want to believe that Tinubu is bringing bad luck to President Macron. I don't believe that, because from public and political reactions, they are calling, some quarters are calling for President Macron to resign. Although he's saying that he will not step down before his term ends in 2027, the political landscape in France is seeing increased demand for a more consensual approach to government formation. The situation reflects broader political and economic tensions within France and could have ripple effects across the European Union, giving France's significant role in the region. So that is for France, the analysis. So what do I mean by Tinubu? After leaving France, the government falls. Does Tinubu have an impact in the government of France? Does his visit have any impact in the government of France? Let me be clear. I don't think that has an impact. Tinubu's visit has an impact, or they are the reasons why France government is falling. I think it is divine orchestration. It is divine. Some people wants to come to the southeast. You know, Russia, one of the major producers of gas over there, they have issues with the European Union. Because of this, they are fighting with Ukraine. Russia has cut gas supplies to most of these countries because Russia is the one that is supplying them gas, and France is one of them. Germany is another person. So now, when Tinubu went to visit the France government and they signed a MOU with Dr. Alake mines and everything, I hope the France government know that there is gas in the southeast, and that gas in the southeast is a no-go area for imperialists like France. I said it the other time that Tinubu going to France does not get the support of majority of Nigerians. Although when you look at this current government, people don't like Tinubu. That is just the fact. They don't like him. I don't know whether it is personal or it is the government, or because he supported Buhari, or because it is APC. But one thing I know is that people don't like APC. And Tinubu is APC. Emilokon is APC. That's why you are seeing all these things. So no matter what Tinubu does, the people do not really support. What I mean by the people, I don't mean APC, Ronu, and conservatives. I don't mean those ones, because those ones are out of this world. I'm not even going to look at the obedient. I'm looking at well-meaning and Nigerians, hopeless Nigerians, are not supporting the APC government. Because I don't know what name than to call, because when I go on the street and I see people and I see what they are going through, man, I can't even respond. I can't even open my mouth to say, this guy, what can I do for you? Because the things Nigerians are going through is beyond imagination. You go and you sign a memorandum of understanding that investors can come and do mining activities in Nigeria, and you know France has interest in gas, and the gas is in the southeast. The southeast is a no-go area. See, we are in a time whereby the pregnancy has been delivered. The child needs to be taken care of. We don't want any foreign investor to come into the southeast and start taking away our gas. We know that wherever France step its foot, if you don't allow them take your mineral resources, they are likely to cause insecurity. If France steps its foot in the southeast, they are likely to cause more insecurity. Because tell me, who are those people that are sponsoring Al-Qaeda and all these terrorists, whoever, if not the European government? Anything, any crisis in Africa, there must be a link to all these colonial masters, colonialists. There must be a link. Yes, I'm saying so. So if France will find its way into the southeast, it is a big problem for us in the southeast. Now we want peace in the southeast. We want development. We don't want France to come, because gas is of interest. The West needs gas. Since our brother Russia is starving them of gas, the West needs gas. No matter, when I saw the picture of our president and France president, the way they were hugging, the way they were laughing and everything, was it to spite Nigerians? I don't know, or to spite other people or political parties? The way Wike, Alake, all of them, Sonlu, they were standing, and most of the ministers, they were just standing like orphans and people that are going to beg for money. They were standing like that. There's no prestige. There's no presidential. People are just doing pictures and editing. Do videos, actual videos. Do a live actual videos. Both the meetings, the actual meetings, and behind the scene. There was a behind the scene video that I saw, and I saw our honorable men, honorable ministers, and governors. They were standing. I saw Peter Mba there. They were standing, and oh God, are you going to get involved with a country that has collapsed, that there's political instability, there's economic instability as we speak? Are you going to sign a memorandum of understanding? The other time I saw the video where the French people were training our soldiers. I think those shared intelligence is needed, because they are ahead of us militarily. The West is ahead of Africa, so whatever they bring is going to be of good benefit to the Nigerian state. But my concern is, God is not sleeping for Biafrans. Those countries that are involved, those countries that are instrumental to the failure of the Biafran state, they will go down one by one. The UK now is a weak democracy. The UK is a weak democracy, or a weak, the politicians in UK are weak. They are not as strong as before. A country like Russia can bring down UK, as UK is, with their political whatever. No wonder the Nigerian lady Kemi is hitting them back to back. Kemi is peppering them. That young lady is a vibrant lady, although she's an African that is speaking against immigrants. I don't know whether she wasn't an immigrant, but she's turning her backs on Africans because she wants to attain a position as the conservative leader, or probably the prime minister. You know, one thing, people can do anything for politics. They don't care. They can sell their brothers and sisters for politics. That's on the side. The UK politics and politician, UK government is much more weaker than the past years and decades. So every country that is involved or attacking the actualization of the Biafran state, making it impossible for Biafra to have head, God in heaven will put them into confusion. Put them into confusion. You see, I've said it before. This APC government is a big bad luck to Nigeria as a country, and I like it. Let the crisis continue moving on, growing on. Let them continue what they are doing. Since APC entered Nigeria, I knew that Nigeria would not last for long. Tinubu might be Nigeria's last president, because they will claim to you, they will just come and do as if, see, initial gra, we can do this, we have policies. Nigeria has money now. Money. You can go and pay someone that can speak English. They can pay investors, or they can pay, nobody is not payable. They can pay anybody to come and make the government look good. But some of us that have intuition, you have looked at the construct of the government, you have looked at how the government is formed, you have looked at so many things, and we have seen that these people, the passion is not to better the lives of the people. I'm telling you, I'm being sincere with you. The passion is not to better the lives of the people. The passion is for them to enrich themselves. A typical politician, established politician that have stayed in politics for like 10 years, or that have stayed in power for like 10 years, they will tell you this. It is not about the people. If it were to be about the people, my brother, Nigeria would have turned to another Dubai. It doesn't take anything. All the roads will be tarred. There will be houses. Look at 700 and something houses by just one person that the EFC uncovered. We don't know whether it is Emefiele or whether it is under, I think they say one guy like that from something. We don't know. But just one person. Those homes, if you can partition those homes very well, it will give give housing solutions to millions of Nigerians. I'm telling you. If you manage the space and build the place that place is being built on, if you manage that space very well, millions of Nigerians will be given housing, shelter. But the country is not designed to work. Forget this visit to France and everything, MOU understanding. My own is that those masses, what is their gain? They told us that petroleum subsidy will bring this, will bring that, will bring that. The masses will gain. The government will have extra money to build infrastructure. Despite the removal of subsidy, they still borrowed more money, and they are still telling you that we don't have money. Removal of subsidy on electricity, they are still borrowing more money, and they are telling that we don't have money. People that don't have money, you buy cars, billions of naira, you renovate 21 billion. We have been saying that oneself. People that don't have money, a government that don't have money is spending frivolously. So I want you to understand, not because you say I hate Tinubu or what, that I'm saying he brought bad luck to France government. Not because. I'm telling you to open your eyes and look at it very well. Every now and then you'll be distracted by, Dele Farotimi. That is what everybody's focus will be on, rather than look at the policies of the government, what the government is doing at this point in time. Nobody is interested in what Tinubu is doing. They are interested in what the film they are playing, the film that they are playing for Nigerians. Nigerians, one of the worst set of people in history, in democratic history, Nigerians. Why not change that name Nigeria? Maybe the name Nigeria is what is bringing bad luck. Like the way Tinubu left France, and France government is having issues now. What is happening? Say what is happening. So this is a dark time for Western liberalism. Autocratic and corrupt. Trump has won. Trump winning is changing a lot of things for the West. The French government will fall, which is, it has fallen with Macron. And France appears ungovernable. France appears ungovernable. Now, the German government will still fall. The UK government, I said it, is a weak government. The Canadian government will soon fall. That is the prediction. And it is happening one by one. Take away Tinubu from the picture. You see, there's a globalist thing that's happening now. The emergence of Trump is going to change a lot of things. The world order will be restructured. Now, Tinubu, how do you call Tinubu now? Trump getting into government is a big one for countries, for the Biafran state. We're not saying that Trump will sit down and say, Biafra, we give you Biafra. No. It will be difficult for governments, some African governments, to start doing rubbish and nonsense. They'll be limited in their international cooperation to sabotage movements like the Biafra movement or the Ambazonian movement that wants to create a society for themselves, but they are not allowed to do so. So, Tinubu is a catalyst. Tinubu, the APC, they are a catalyst for underdevelopment. Wherever they find themselves, they will underdevelop that place. Don't tell me that we are, oh God, people still think within 1 year or within 2 years of Tinubu's ascension to power, you can see how Nigeria is now. You can see how Nigeria is. Just look at Nigeria within 1 year of Tinubu's ascension to power. My brother, this is not a child's play. Whether he has intention or not, I'm not saying so. I'm saying that what is the driving force of them being in politics? That is what will help develop a society. So far, the driving point of them being in politics is to enrich themselves, their families, and build their political empire, and not build Nigerians. My brother, you go wait tire, you go old for where they wait.